There's a dangerous myth surrounding domestic abuse. The idea that predators only target the weak, the insecure, or the broken. In reality, the truth is far more chilling. Many abusers are drawn to the light. They seek out the confident, the successful, and the vibrant, finding a sick sense of satisfaction in extinguishing that spark. Today, we look at the case of Angel Lin, a young woman from the UK whose life was a masterclass in potential until she crossed paths with a man who mistook her kindness for a target. Number 2. The Girl with the World at Her Feet. Narrator. Born the 18th of April 2001, in a quiet suburb of Birmingham, Angel Lin was the definition of the golden child. She was the youngest daughter in a close-knit family of 8. Her parents, Patrick and Nikki, provided a stable, loving home built on hard work and respect. Angel wasn't just another face in the crowd. She was highly ambitious. She dreamt of a career in the justice system, specifically as a crime scene investigator. Stunningly independent, while in school, she worked as a waitress to fund her own lifestyle and save for university. A natural leader, athletic, academically bright, and fiercely principled. By 2019, everything was on track. She had been accepted into college and was balancing a demanding schedule of work, sports, and study. She was a woman who knew her worth until a sudden heartbreak left her vulnerable. I3. Enter Che Bosley, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Narrator. After a sudden breakup with a long-term boyfriend, Angel felt a rare sense of loneliness. In this momentary shadow, Che Bosley appeared. Born into a fractured home with no father figure and a history of delinquency, Che was the polar opposite of Angel. By age 15, he was stealing cars. By 18, he was a known associate of organized crime, involved in armed robberies and drug trafficking. The hook. Che was charismatic. He played the role of the misunderstood bad boy perfectly. He showered Angel with expensive gifts, luxury hotel stays, and constant attention. Angel, seeing the best in everyone, believed she could be the one to help him change. IV. The slow poison of control. Narrator. The red flags didn't fly all at once. They unraveled slowly. It began with concern, constant calls to check her location. Then came the isolation. The transformation. Che forced Angel to stop wearing makeup. He dictated her clothes, preferring she wear baggy, unflattering outfits. Digital chains. He installed tracking apps on her phone and took control of her social media. The mark of ownership. In a tragic display of his influence, he pressured her to get a tattoo of his name on her arm. Angel's family watched in horror as their vibrant daughter turned pale, anxious, and secretive. Whenever they tried to reach out, Che was there, standing like a wall between Angel and the people who truly loved her. V. The escalation of violence. Narrator. By early 2020, the mask had completely slipped. Che was arrested for car theft, giving Angel a brief 4-month window of peace. But even from a prison cell, he terrorized her, calling the family landline every night to demand her whereabouts. Upon his release in May 2020, the psychological abuse turned physical. June 2020, a bystander witnessed Che attacking Angel in public. July 2020, neighbors called police after hearing Angel's screams as Che slammed her head against the floor. Each time, Angel was too terrified to press charges. She wasn't just protecting herself, she was terrified Che's underworld connections would hurt her family. VI. The day the world stopped. Narrator. The 17th of September 2020. Angel had finally reached her limit. She agreed to drive Che and his friend, Rocco Sansom, hoping that by playing nice, she could eventually slip away for good. Inside the van, an argument exploded. In a final act of bravery, Angel pulled the van over and sprinted for her life. CCTV captured the haunting image. Che chasing her, grabbing her, and forcibly throwing her back into the vehicle. The kidnapping. For 15 minutes, that van became a torture chamber. At 60 miles per hour on the A6 highway, the passenger door swung open. Angel was ejected onto the asphalt. Che's reaction? He didn't scream in horror. He turned the van around, walked up to the crowd of people trying to save her, and calmly lied. She jumped, he claimed. We broke up and she just couldn't handle it. 7. The fight for survival. Narrator, Angel survived, but the girl she used to be was gone. Her injuries were catastrophic: fractured skull and severe traumatic brain injury, broken ribs, limbs, and a shattered spine. She fell into a medically induced coma. Doctors told Nikki and Patrick that their daughter would likely remain in a permanent vegetative state. They suggested turning off life support. Her parents' answer was a resounding no. 8. Justice, or a lack thereof. Narrator, in 2022, the trial began. Despite the CCTV and the history of abuse, the jury couldn't prove she was thrown rather than jumping to escape. Initial sentence: Che received only 7 years. Rocco received 2. The appeal: following a massive public outcry, Che's sentence was increased to 12 years. He will be eligible for parole in just 6 years. IX, the miracle of the first word. Narrator, while her abuser sat in a cell, Angel was busy doing the impossible. In May 2023, after years of silence and being fed through a tube, Angel looked at her mother and whispered one word: Mom. Today, Angel is undergoing grueling rehabilitation. She is taking her first steps. She is proof that while an abuser can break a body, they cannot always break a soul. Closing. Angel Lynn's story is a reminder that the most dangerous part of a toxic relationship is the moment you try to leave. If you or someone you know is in danger, please reach out to local authorities or domestic abuse hotlines. If you found this deep dive into Angel's bravery important, please like this video and subscribe. We bring you the most significant true crime cases every week. Stay vigilant, stay safe,